Naxinet just got doxxed and swatted. If you don't know who Naxinet is, he's the guy who made the Friday Night Funkin' Monday Morning Live Leaking mod, where you had Ronnie McNutt in there, the guy from 1444, you had Bud Dwyer, you had the Cancer Wars mod, where you had Technoblade, who just recently passed away from cancer, rest in peace, God bless, to all these individuals. And he put them on there, specifically for rage bait, to piss off people, but if you got mad at it, he would then cry and complain and throw a hissy fit online. Now, here's two things I want to say before I get into this video. First things first, I don't agree with swatting or doxing anybody, and that's because no matter how much of a piece of shit the individual is, most of these individuals do not live alone. You gotta understand that. This guy probably lives, he fucking lives with his mommy, okay? This guy lives with his mom and his dad and his brother and maybe a dog, and it's not okay that he gets doxed and swatted, so his family members that have nothing to do with this degenerative behavior are now getting pinned down by police officers and getting handcuffed. And if you have a pet dog, you know how police are with dogs. They're not going to sit there and try to tame it. If the dog jumps or snaps because you got dudes breaking down your house, they're going to shoot the dog and kill it. Now, again, a lot of people will dox and swat because they want to cause as much trauma to the individual, but then you're also causing trauma to innocent people and innocent bystanders who are not aware of this piece of shit's behavior. Now, another thing I want to talk about. You may be fucking sitting there being a bleeding heart for him and, oh my god, he got doxxed and swatted. He called for the doxing and swatting of other individuals because they talked about his mod. One of these individuals being Reyes. Now, the reason why I want to bring this up is because you may be sitting there thinking that, oh my god, you know, the Friday Night Funkin' Monday Morning Live Leaking mod wasn't that bad. That is not even the beginning of some of the shit this guy has done. I have an entire video that's in the works right now. It's going to be going over this whole entire fucking time frame. But this girl named Reyes, who's around 13 years old, talked about his degenerative mod about a year ago, right? And when she was talking about it, she said it was, you know, degenerative, it was disgusting, it was disrespectful. So what he decides to do is him and his boys decide to dox her, decide to swat her, and solicit graphic photos and videos from her, specifically to humiliate her. They forced her, they threatened, hey, we're going to swat you if you don't give us your, you know, your Google account, your YouTube channel. So they get all of that, swat her anyway. Then, alright, this one's going to be hard. Okay, this is going to be hard to say. Bear with me, because what they did to this girl is fucked up. It's really fucked up. They made her grab a toothbrush and put it in her back door, record herself doing such things, and send it to them because they were bragging about this type of behavior in their Discord. They've also made her grab a cookie, an Oreo, and put it in her front canal, if you know what I'm saying. They were bragging about having done this to this girl. So before anybody sits here and you start trying to defend this guy, just remember, he's done more than just this mod. And then he wanted to fucking sit there and have a conversation with me about, yeah, well, I didn't do it. It was this guy who did it. Yeah, you didn't do it, but you had possession of that because you specifically stated you did. You said you had possession of such fucking material, okay? You said you had it. And your boy is the one you sicked on her. And you called for her swatting. You called for her doxing. That's like saying I shouldn't be held liable if I sick my dog on somebody and say, sick him, attack, attack. I shouldn't be held liable for that? You're sicking your dog on somebody. And you shouldn't be held liable for that. Bull fucking horse shit. You are such a fucking punk pussy pissing his poopy pamper pull-ups. You are such a fucking piece of shit. And what I fucking hate the most about you is that you run away from consequences like a bitch. You will find any reason to crawl in a hole like a fucking ground mole to run away from consequences and run away from fires that you started. That's what makes you the biggest pussy online. Because I'm going to tell you something right here. When you got called out for the mod originally, you ran from the internet like a bitch. So you folded publicly. You came back, folded publicly a second time, and you kept changing your name from Naxinet to Zephaniah to Four Words to what other fucking stupid name you have. You change it like 1,000 times. You keep changing your name on some like Scorched Earth, burn and go ahead and restart from scratch type of shit. Just so you're not held liable for the garbage you've done. Then you folded again publicly. Then you came back, and now you just folded again after getting a taste of your own medicine. How the fuck do you have a following when all you do is fold publicly every single time? The chips are down, it's time to play poker, and you fold your hand, you grab your chips, and you run away. You're a fucking weak little bitch. And my favorite part about you is my favorite part. This is like the cherry on the shit sundae right here. Is the fucking fact. This is a factoid. 100% factoid. You sit there and you cry publicly. I'm only like 17 years old. I can't believe it. Why is this happening to me? I'm only 17. What is that? What? Are you fucking serious? Okay. Let me just play with this idea. Everybody, let me cook. Let me fucking cook. Let's play with the idea that you don't know any better because you're 17 years old. So you're telling me if all of us on Earth afforded you an extra 365 days, you would know. Just 365 more days. Everybody hear me out. If you had an extra 365 more days on this planet, he would know not to harass, not to dox, not to swat, not to make girls stick toothbrushes in their butt, put Oreos in their front canals. He would know not to extort and he would know not to do that if he had an extra 365 days on Earth. Or, check this out. This one is more plausible. I got a crazy idea. You're just a piece of shit. Which one's more plausible? That you're just a piece of shit? Or, I don't know. You're getting 365 more days. I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. Shut up. You have shown a track record of starting shit, getting overwhelmed when the consequences come to chase you, and then you just fold under pressure. You lost all your aura 1,000,000 times over. You are such in the negatives. You are in the negatives like fucking American debt to China when it comes to aura. You have nothing. You're nothing. And you wonder why police were getting involved. They were getting involved. And you wonder why I reached out to them and got them involved. Because you're a piece of shit that needs to get held accountable. And if you get held accountable, great. If you don't, you're fucking lucky. Okay? Because I've been working with them for months before this video. I already sent everything I have to send. I sent all the videos of me recording inside your Discord of you admitting to shit. I sent all the screenshots. I sent what I had to send. They do their work because they're the professionals. Okay? You, on the other hand, you're a fucking idiot. You're a piece of shit. And the worst part about this entire story, this is the part that makes my stomach turn. Now, if you thought this story couldn't get any fucking worse, oh, trust me, it's about to get 1,000 times worse. So, remember that girl I had said her name was Reyes? She was the one getting harassed by this group of pieces of shit. Well, this group, since they were harassing her, again, you really can't hold her accountable because she's like 13. She ran into a group that's arguably worse. Cold Raven, what are you talking about? So these guys that were soliciting videos from her to humiliate her and to break her down, she ran away from that group and ran into a group for safety and cover. And the leader of that group is Pyagoorin. Well, who is Pyagoorin? The guy who made the Daisy's Destruction mod. Yep, there you go. There you go. That shit is like, what the fuck? It's like, it's... Do you like poison or do you like poison? What the fuck? This shit is just one of those things where it's like, the more you look into this fucking story, just the worse it gets. And it's like, holy shit. It's like, oh my god. Oh. I have no words. And there's a chance that he wasn't doxxed and swatted. There is also a slim chance that what happened was he could probably be doing that just so he can delete everything and start all over. You know, trying to create a story just so then he can be like, okay, now I get to start all over and make a brand new username and come back to the interwebs. There is a chance of that. But then there was also a picture of himself that leaked on the internet of him sitting at his computer. He looks exactly like Andy Milonakis. And the way that we know this is him or that other people are confirming that it's him is because he made mods about himself getting swatted. Yes, he made mods about himself getting swatted, and he used the actual background of his room. Now, the picture that surfaced matched the exact room that he put inside of his own swatting fucking, like, Friday Night Funkin' mod. So it matched perfectly, and, well, yeah, he's a chubby fucking loser. Who would have thought that he looks exactly like fucking Snotty Boy from back in the barnyard? Oh, surprise to nobody! It's just one of those situations where it's like you're working in a sewer, and you just keep digging deep, and it's just more shit just keeps spewing in your face. Now, with that being said, again, I want to make this very clear. Swatting and doxing ain't fucking cool. And it's not cool because, again, you're going to get people who are innocent to the situation, who are not aware of what's going on, to get entangled in it. They're going to be dropped on their heads and handcuffed and fucking questioned. And again, you got to understand, you're doing that shit to other people. What goes around comes around. You call for the doxing and swatting a hurt. You got it coming to you. You had it coming to you. And there you fucking go. Lesson learned? I don't know if he learned his lesson. Hopefully, what you decide to do is stay the fuck off the internet. Because here's what I'm going to say to you. You want to go ahead and like roleplay like you're some boy? Let me give you some advice, man to boy. Get the fuck off the internet. Go into your fridge. Take out your kid's cuisine. Pop it in the microwave. Take it out, eat your brownie, and shut the fuck up. Because if you want to assume the role of a child, then a child you will act. But don't come online beating your fucking chest like you're unstoppable. And then fold under pressure every time you get called out. Curl up in a fetal position and say, I'm nothing but a little 17-year-old boy. That's a pretty grown fucking boy if you ask me. How many people watching this video when you were 17, 16, even 15 were doxing and swatting and harassing and doing shit like that? No one's fucking done that. It's such a rare thing, like something like that happens, that when you did it, it's gonna get talked about. It's nothing that, no one does shit like this. Nobody does shit like this. Fuck, man. Go change your fucking diaper. Get the fuck out my face. Whoa, 2 thumbs down. Welcome to the slaughterhouse. There ain't no leaving. Toma. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Cornball.